Okay, students, once again I welcome you all. See, today's topic, I would start with some of the quotation. The first quotation says that planning never fails. We fail to plan. What does it mean? That there is no problem in the planning. Means the first part of this statement highlights the importance of planning. Correct? Then it is written here that we fail to plan. If you are not efficient enough, you are not a good planner, you could not plan well, then only there is a possibility that you will fail. Otherwise, planning will never fail. Understood it? So this part highlights the importance of the planning, and this says that if you are not taking proper precaution, then your planning may fail. So we may fail as a planner. So you could not plan properly, then only there is a possibility of that it will fail. Second statement says, the next statement says that it is of Benjamin Franklin. He says that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. See, again, it's a little confusing words, but you can easily understand the meaning if you focus on this part. If you fail to plan means you could not plan properly. It means you have planned or you are planning to fail. Means you will not achieve success. You will not achieve your objective of the organization. You won't be able to achieve what you want to achieve. You will not taste the success if you fail to plan. So planning is very necessary. Planning is important. This also highlights it. Now, Sir Winston Churchill said once that those who fail to learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. See, if you are not learning from your past, means if you are not planning the things properly based on the historical data, based on the facts, definitely you are going to fail it again. So you should be very focused while you are planning. Understood it? Okay, this is the statement of an American Army general. He says that in preparing for battle, I have always found that plans are useless. It may surprise you. Plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Getting it? So what he said, that suppose you already have some plan. Now when you are going to fight in the battle, you need to change your strategy. So if you keep yourself stuck with those plans, if you are not using the innovative ideas into it, if you are not being creative in the plan, or your plan are unable to change, right, or further you cannot plan, if you are not ready for planning further, then the already which is planned plans may not be very useful. Got it? So plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. You cannot avoid planning. Plans may be that, okay, this plan could not work. No matter, we will change it. We'll have another plan. Right? So all these quotation highlights the importance of plan. Got it? Which we have already discussed. Now, everywhere in all these statements, there is a precaution mentioned. While we are planning, then what are the things which we should keep in our mind? Right? So we must understand that what are the limitations of planning, or what are the you can say the precautions we need to take while we are going to plan, and when you will be able to do so. So you know that you have studied that we should know the weakness also, right? So this is what we are going to discuss. We know our strength, so planning is very good. We have discussed this in the importance in the last class, but today we are going to discuss that what are the weakness possible in planning. So as a planner, you should know the importance as well as you must be aware of the weakness also. So this last statement where this American Army general is talking about, I am giving you this link of YouTube. You can go and see that video where this American general is talking about that how plans are useless but planning is indispensable. This is the preface of our next topic. Okay, so ready now? Okay, now we are going to actually discuss the limitations of planning. See here, as a planner, you should keep these questions in your mind. These are some of the topic which we are going to discuss. You should be very well ready for that. As we have seen that how planning is essential for any business organization. It is difficult to manage operation without formal planning. This also we understand. But it is important for an organization to move towards achieving the goals. You agree with me? But we have many times seen in our daily lives also that things do not always go as per the plan. So there are some unforeseen events and changes. Like in business, what happens sometimes the cost increases, the prices increases of the raw materials. There are possibilities of the environmental changes. There is a possibility of the change in the government, or because of government regulations change, some law changed, and all these are going to affect the business plans, isn't it? We have discussed this in our this last chapter, business environment also, that how different environment affects the business. Then plans is required to be modified because the things are changing, the dimensions of the business environment are changing, it is dynamic, so we cannot adhere to our plans, right? We need to change it. Now the question is that then why we need to plan then if it is to be changed? See, this is what we need to analyze here, that what are the limitations in the planning, that we have to discuss it one by one. The first point says that planning leads to rigidity. See, in any organization, there is a well defined plan is made. So with certain specific goals we have determined and we try to achieve it, correct? Then these plans only are going to decide the future of the business. True. And then the already planned things, whatever we have thought of, these plans are supposed to be followed by the each member of the organizations. Correct? Now the things are changing and plan is already fixed. So if we follow the same plan, there is a possibility that this kind of rigidity that we cannot change the plan sometime may create problems for the organization, right? So planning basically leads to rigidity, that you need to follow the already planned strategy, planned things, and you cannot move according to your own will. You cannot change every time. So managers need to be given some flexibility here. I would say that if you understand this, that planning leads to rigidity, then a manager should have some scope in their hand, that as per the change in the business environment, they also can have some change in the plan also. So following a pre-decided plan, when circumstances or the situations have changed, may not turn out to be in the organization interest. In that situation, you should be allowed manager to change the plans, or there should be some amount of flexibility into it, right? So the limitation is that it leads to rigidity, and the solution is what? There should be some amount of flexibility left in the hand of managers, and when it is required, they can change it. So the first limitations of the planning is what? It leads to rigidity. So out of this R word you will remember, this will help you in forming the acronyms, right? And obviously at the end of this I would be asking you that make another acronyms and send it to me. Now the second point, it says that planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Some of part of this already we have talked about, but now let us understand it. See, we understand that business environment is dynamic, correct? Because nothing is constant. You cannot say that things will remain as it is in the future also. This is not possible. Things will change for sure. So the environment consists of a number of dimensions. Already we have talked about economic, political, physical, legal and social dimension. In the last chapter we have talked about this dimension. So now you understand that how these dimensions can change business plan. So the organization has to constantly adopt itself to changes, right? So if the changes are for sure, it is there, then the already planned things may not work. This is what it is written here, correct? So naturally it will be difficult then to accurately assess future trends in the environment if economic policies are modified, political conditions in the countries, you know, that these are not stable, it keeps on changing. Then there is a possibility of the natural calamity or pandemic. This is also possible. Then I would say some more example, like competition in the market, that can also upset the financial plans. Our sales target may be difficult to achieve. Then cash budget also need to be modified because they are based on the sales figure. So like that much sale you could not do, so naturally you would not be able to achieve that much cash also in your hand, correct? So planning cannot foresee everything, and that is why we can say that it is difficult to adopt the same plan in the dynamic environment. So planning cannot foresee everything, and that's why there may be obstacles to effective planning. So this is another second limitations of the planning. Third, it says that it reduces creativity. Okay, now see, creativity is seen when, let me ask you a question. If I ask you to draw a painting and I have threatened you, or you are bound with certain limitations, I say that, see, I am giving you these four colors, and you will, out of these four colors, you will use only these two, right? The other two colors you cannot use. Now you make a painting. So with this much foundation, if I ask you to make a painting, will this be painting would be a good? Or if I allow you to freely use all 12 colors, and a canvas is yours, and I allow you that the way you want to paint you can paint it, when you will give me a better painting? When you are bound, when you are having some kind of restrictions on you, or when you are allowed to move freely? I know your answer. Your answer would be that when we are free, when we have freedom, then only we can be creative. And what happens in the planning? Planning is an activity which is usually done by the top management, and they instruct the middle level management, the lower level of management, that this is what we have made and now you have to follow it. So much of the initiative or creativity inherent in them also, that also get lost, that also at least reduced if they are not allowed to work freely. Getting it? So planning in a way reduces creativity because people tend to think along the same lines as the senior has thought of. So you need to follow the same pattern which they have made. Now you will have to follow it. Here I would like to give one example from the corporate. It happens. If a new blood, a fresher had joined the organization and he has some innovative idea, creative idea, and goes to the manager, senior manager, and he says that please can we follow it, then normally the senior manager's answer would be what? No. Because whatever we have planned, whatever we have tested and found this okay, follow that. Right? So no need to be extra creative. So please stop all those things and whatever we have said, do it. So that actually will reduce the creativity. So in a way, planning reduces creativity, right? So there would be no new ideas, no innovation would be there. Now the next one says that planning involves huge cost. See, in planning, you need to have lot of meetings, and I would say that meeting is not possible without eating, right? So and just for fun, but it actually involves lot of cost because you need to collect so many data, you need to analyze it, you need to take the expert advice, right? Then only you will be able to come on a conclusion. So this may be in terms of time, money, like checking accuracy of facts. This may involve lot of time as well as lot of cost also. Same way, when you are going to have the detailed plans, it requires some scientific calculation, some kind of research is involved. So these research, and you need to take the advice of the expert people, and expert people's advice have some cost. Then I would say that this cost sometimes is too much. So we need to take care of this one aspect. See, planning involves cost. Planning is costly, agreed, understood. But as a planner, as a manager, what you need to keep in your mind that the cost incurred may not justify sometime the benefit derived from the plans. So you need to take care that how much I need to spend on this. See, as a good manager, as a good planner, what you need to keep in your mind that cost should not increase the benefits derived from the plans. That is why it is written here, the cost incurred sometime may not justify the benefits derived from the plan. So you as a manager should take care of this, that I should spend that much money only on planning which is beneficial. So from this planning I should have benefit also. Then only you should spend money on the planning because it requires huge cost. It is costly affair to plan. Then the next one is it is a time consuming process. Sometimes plans to be drawn up take so much of your time that there is not much time left even for their implementation. Now there is a quote, if I have to cut a tree for 6 hours, I will spend 8 hours to sharpen my axe. Right? So execution is of 6 hours, and planning you are doing means you are sharpening your axe to cut that tree is 8 hours. This is correct. This is okay. But we need to take care of this aspect also, that you keep on sharpening the axe and time is passed because you wanted to cut that tree within a particular time and that time is passed, then there is no use of this. Getting it? So this, I see, I am not going against this quotation. This quotation is good because it highlights the importance of planning. This is good. But sometime it happens that you have devoted lot of time in planning, that when it comes to implement it, you have no time left for that. So that should not happen, right? So you should see, when you have understood this limitation of the planning, that planning is a time consuming process, now you should start beforehand. Getting it? See, you will be able to connect it if I give you your own example. When you start your year, when the session is starting, when you come in class 12 from class 11, in class 11, before annual examination, you must have realized certain things. For example, that now in class 12, I would be starting from the beginning. Correct? So I would have a plan and proper planning, and be working on it, isn't it? But what happens when you session started, you thought of, okay, now I need to take some time, take some rest, I would do it now, and then see 3 months passed. Now very soon this 3 more months will pass and the examination would be on your head, and then you will think that, okay, now I need to plan, and then you spent lot of time in the planning itself, that, okay, how many subject I have, this is what I will be making the timetable and all those things, and then now there is no time left for preparation. Now this type of things may happen every year with some of the students, right? Those students who have faced this, they are smiling, they could understand it. So we should not spend lot of time in planning, but we should take some time to plan, and then we should have some time in our hand to execute it also. Got it? So we should realize that there is a possibility of lot of time is spent in the planning, and we should focus on the implementation part also. Now the sixth limitation says that it does not give you a guarantee of success. See, in the importance we have read it, that it helps you in achieving the objective. It planning, without planning you cannot achieve success, and here it is being said that planning does not guarantee success. Now let us understand it. See, the success of any enterprise, any business organization is possible only when plans are properly drawn up and implemented. This word I want to emphasize on. See, proper planning is done, well and good. We said that planning never fails. It is good. But if it is not implemented properly, then it may not give you the success in your business. So any plan needs to be translated into action. So this action is very important. Otherwise it will become meaningless. Otherwise it will become useless. Right? That is what this American gentleman said, that what? It becomes meaningless. Plan become meaningless if properly action has not been taken. Getting it? Then managers have a tendency to rely on previously tried and tested successful plans. See, I have given you the example. You remember that the junior manager, fresh talent, goes to the senior manager and says that, can we change this? Can we do it in this way also? But the senior manager, from his own experience, he has understood from the so many years that this has worked and this is very good. No, that is why it happens sometime that we have followed a particular pattern, and if someone comes and says that please change it, we are not ready to accept it, right? So that plan sometime may not give you the success, so it does not guarantee you success. If the things have been changed, it will, you won't be able to achieve that thing, that objective. So we can say that it is not always correct to say that just because a plan has worked before, it will work again. You must have seen that the same plan may not work again and again. Like one organization is very successful by adopting this particular strategy, and the another organization, if adopt the same strategy, they may fail. It is possible. So once you were very successful in doing a particular thing, but next time also you would be successful in doing that, it is not possible. It may not work. Like a particular kind of advertisement may have hit the sales, sales was increased, but again and again the same kind of advertisement may not give you that much sales. It is possible, because there are so many other unknown factors also that may have problem here. Okay, one more thing, why sometime plan fails? Because the people have a false sense of security, and this is a new word, maybe it's new for you, complacency. This complacency means what? It's a feeling of, or you can say, uncritical satisfaction with oneself, or you are satisfied with your own achievement. You said that, okay, I'm happy with this only. I do not need more. I don't want more. So I am happy with this. In Hindi, it is called as Atmatushti. So that is complacency. So you have a feeling that, see, whatever is happening, it is correct, it is right. This complacency may have sometime problem with the old business. So old businessmen start thinking that, see, this is what we can earn. Like a businessman is earning 50,000 rupees per month. So he's happy with it. But there is a possibility that he can earn 75,000 rupees per month. But he feels that this is everything. This 50,000 is enough, or we cannot move ahead. Maybe that some new person with some new planning, with some new technology, with some new changes in the business, it is possible that the business starts earning 75,000 rupees. So till the time you don't earn that 75,000 rupees, you will feel that this 50,000 is enough, and this 50,000 is everything for me. Right? So in some time with the plan, because it has worked, it has given them the result. So people may have this kind of complacency and a false sense of security. That also may be a reason of not achieving the success in future. Possible. See, we have discussed these many limitations, but after studying these limitations, remember it, planning is not a useless exercise. After discussing this, now you may have a question in your mind, sir, when these many limitations are in the planning, then why we will plan? Because planning takes time, planning is involving lot of cost, it does not give you a guarantee of success, then why one should plan? No, my dear, these are the weakness in the planning. You should go again on the topic, importance of planning. Planning is very important, remember it. But if you are aware of these limitations, these weakness, now when you will plan as a manager, as a good planner, see, now after studying these limitations, now when you will plan, then you will use this plan as a tool with caution. So then it will only provide you a base. Then you can think about the future courses of action, right? So remember it. But now, the last, I would say that, remember, planning is not the solution to all the problems. Problems may keep on coming, problems will be there, problems you will have to face, you will have to change the plan, right? So, again, I would say, remember, planning never fails, we fail to plan. So, what is the take home from here, or what is the take things from this discussion? That we should be very, very careful when we are planning, right? So we need to develop our skill as a planner, and we can do it only when we are totally aware with the limitations of the planning. Understood it? Thank you.